So you may be asking yourself, what are the 7 key principles of cooking for cognition? Principle 1, prioritize nutrient-dense foods. Fueling the brain with what it needs. Your brain is only 2% of your body weight, but consumes 20% of your energy. That means it requires the highest quality nutrients to function optimally. Nutrient-dense foods provide the raw materials your brain needs to form neurotransmitters, maintain cellular integrity, and combat oxidative stress. I'll give you some key nutrients and their role. The omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, sardines, walnuts, flaxseed, essential for brain cell membranes, reducing inflammation and improving cognitive function. Antioxidants like berries, dark leafy greens, dark chocolates, they neutralize free radicals and prevent oxidative damage to neurons. B vitamins and choline, eggs, whole grains, legumes support neurotransmitter production and myelin formation, crucial for learning and memory. So how does it all connect? Prioritizing nutrient-dense foods lay the foundation for brain health. But to sustain energy and mental clarity, we also need stable blood sugar levels, which brings us to the next principle. Principle 2. Balance blood sugar for energy, preventing brain fog and energy crashes. Okay, the brain relies on a steady supply of glucose for energy. However, blood sugar spikes and crashes can lead to mood swings, brain fog, and long-term cognitive decline. So, the science behind this? Complex carbohydrates, whole grains, legumes, vegetables provide a slow, steady release of glucose, preventing spikes. Protein and healthy fats like eggs, nuts, olive oil help regulate blood sugar and provide sustained energy. And then there's fiber. Vegetables, chia seeds, lentils slows down glucose absorption and supports gut health. But how does this all connect? Balancing blood sugar keeps your brain sharp and focused throughout the day. Even if you eat well, chronic inflammation can sabotage brain function, leading us to the next principle. Principle 3. Focus on anti-inflammatory ingredients, cooling the fire of cognitive decline. Chronic inflammation is a silent driver of brain aging. It damages neurons, disrupts signaling pathways, and increases the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. But here comes the good news. Food is one of the most powerful tools we have to combat inflammation. So, the key anti-inflammatory foods. Turmeric, this is a big one. It crosses the blood-brain barrier to reduce inflammation. And then there's its sister ginger. Contains compounds that lower oxidative stress and inflammation. Leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables packed with antioxidants that protect the brain from damage. How does it all connect? An anti-inflammatory diet protects your neurons long term, but a big part of controlling inflammation happens in the gut, which leads us to Principle 4. Support gut-brain health. Your second brain is in your gut. Did you know that 90% of serotonin, your feel-good neurotransmitter, is produced in the gut? The gut and brain communicate through the gut-brain axis, meaning what you eat directly affects your mood, memory and cognition. Foods for a healthy gut and brain. Probiotics, fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, introduce beneficial bacteria that improve mental well-being. Prebiotics, fiber-rich foods like asparagus, bananas and oats feed good gut bacteria and support brain function. And polyphenols, berries, green tea, dark chocolate, enhance gut health and improve cognition. How does this all connect? A healthy gut means a healthy brain. But for sustainable changes, we need meals that are easy, enjoyable, and practical. Which leads us to Principle 5. Principle 5. Make brain-boosting meals enjoyable and easy. Only sustainable changes lead to long-term benefit. If a way of eating feels too restrictive, complicated, it's just not sustainable. Cooking for brain health should be fun, flavorful and stress-free, because stress itself harms the brain. How to make this work for you? Batch cooking. Prepare brain-healthy meals in advance for convenience. Simple flavor boosters. Use herbs, spices and quality fats to make food delicious. And then there's mindful eating. Enjoy your meals in a relaxed state to enhance digestion and nutrient absorption. How does all connect? When meals are enjoyable, you're more likely to stick to brain-healthy eating habits. But what we drink also plays a huge role, which brings us to Principle 6. Principle 6. Integrate brain-boosting beverages for hydration and mental clarity. Your brain is 70% water, and even mild dehydration can impact focus, memory and mood. But beyond just water, certain beverages offer extra cognitive benefits. The top brain-boosting drinks. There's water. Yes, this is the most essential drink for concentration and memory. Green tea that compounds L-theanine and caffeine enhances alertness without the jitters. Herbal teas like ashwagandha, ginseng can reduce stress and support cognitive function. How does it all connect? Drinking smart supports mental clarity, but for lasting brain health, we need a long-term plan, which brings us to our final principle, number 7. Eat for long-term brain health. Building a brain-healthy lifestyle. Brain health isn't just about what you eat today, it's about creating a lifetime of cognitive vitality. Research shows that long-term adherence to brain-healthy diets significantly lowers the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. So the best long-term eating strategies, the MIND diet, Mediterranean and the DASH diets combined, proved to show cognitive decline. Intermittent fasting may enhance brain plasticity and resilience. And then there's lifelong learning and social connection. Combine brain-healthy eating with mental stimulation and community. Now, tying this all together, these 7 principles are not separate. They work together in support of your brain from every angle. Nutrient-dense foods fuel the brain, stable blood sugar prevents fog and crashes, anti-inflammatory foods protect neurons, gut health regulates mood and cognition, and enjoyable meals make it sustainable. Hydration and smart drinks boost mental clarity, and long-term habits ensure lasting brain vitality. These 7 principles, the 7 principles of cooking for cognition, are simple but powerful. When you start cooking with them, you'll feel the difference. Clearer thinking, better energy, and long-term cognitive protection. Thank you for exploring the 7 key principles of the Cognition Kitchen. Whether you're here for memory, focus, Alzheimer's prevention, or simply to feel sharper every day, the Cognition Kitchen is for you. This isn't about restriction, it's about adding vibrant, delicious foods that fuel cognition, lower inflammation, support long-lasting brain energy. You don't have to wait years to feel the benefits. Clarity, energy and confidence can begin with your next bite. Want to go deeper? Join me for an immersive Cooking for Cognition retreat in the French countryside, where prevention gets a chef's kiss.